There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
What's up and welcome into week 13 of the program roundup. I'm Patrick Hertzberger. Joined with me is Ryan Tyson and Mark Hall, and we are sponsored by our friends at the Fan Stop. The link of their website is in the description of this video and in the comments. Go to their website right now and use our promo code PGUYZ for 15% off their Shirt of the Month Club for your first 3 months, or 15% off a game day polo. If you want a game day polo of your school, they have over 50 schools. Go get your game day polo right now, especially if you're an Aggie, because you just got a new head coach in Mike Elko after some drama with Mark Stoops last night. Guys, what are your initial thoughts on this A&M hire?
You want to go first, Mark?
Yeah, okay.
I'm laughing over here. That probably tells me what I think about this.
I think I saw a tweet that said A&M is paying $100 million to hire Jimbo's DC to be their head coach because of how much you have to pay Jimbo and then how much you have to pay Duke and Elko himself. And it just seems like when someone goes to swat a fly but smacks themselves in the face a little bit, every move that A&M makes just seems a little goofier than the move it made before. Giving Jimbo all that money and a blank plaque was goofy. Supporting him all these years with blank check after blank check is goofy. And now, just because you need to change things up, just because you need to go win a press conference, you're doing this, and it's goofy. And the Stoops thing, I just don't get, because
they got bullied.
I can understand Mark Stoops not being like an exciting candidate if you're Texas A&M. I get that. I do. Mike Elko cannot then be the exciting option if you're Texas A&M. There's just no way. He hasn't been that good at Duke, and the ties can't be that strong. So I just don't get it. Maybe it's a great hire. I don't want to say it's a bad hire, but it's a weird one, the same way that everything Texas A&M does is just a little bit weird.
Yeah, two big things for me, maybe as to why the switch happened. Obviously, there was a lot of pushback, but two potential big reasons could it be that Mark Stoops makes $8 million a year and Elko only makes around $3.5 million a year. With money being so much, I don't understand the Aggies have all the money in the world. However, maybe they cared a little bit that they were going to have to pay Mark more than Mike, and because the funding folks do have all the say, it seems that could have been a potential issue. The second thing is, Mark, you did mention the ties. Mike Elko was a great coordinator at Texas A&M. He knows some of the players that could be there. It's an easier transition than Mark Stoops. But overall, there's no difference if you look at it as at a high level. Maybe the difference actually is that Mark Stoops is better.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing I have on this A&M, whatever this is for A&M. Like, I have never seen an organization basically like offer someone a job and then the fan base and the donors are like, no, this isn't a sexy enough hire, which is essentially what they did last night. And the money thing might play into this, but they just paid like $75 million to ask Jimbo to go away. So like, I don't really understand how, if like that's what the sword you're falling on, it doesn't really make much sense to me to say like, oh, well, no to Stoops, but yes to Elko. I don't really understand, if they're not going to go with Stoops, why they go with Elko. I get the connection with the old coordinator job. I get that. I think Stoops has proven himself much more than Elko has. I think he is a better coach than Elko is, at least right now. And I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense. I feel like this is confusing if this is confusing for everybody else, like imagine how confusing this is for the people at A&M, the people who've recruited to A&M, the recruits going there next year. It's a lot. And I don't think they really know what they're doing, but when do they ever know what they're doing? So that's kind of the thing there. So good luck to Mike Elko. That's a place I would not want to be. So
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. I can't get over the clown show with as many commas as they have in College Station. It doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
You have oil money for decades and you can't get anything right. But Mike Elko just accepted the best job in football, so in college football. So I expect to see a lot of wins, a lot of
Yeah.
SEC championships come his way.
Good luck to Mike Elko. Another breaking news just took place as well. Jeff Lebby headed to Mississippi State. You can go watch our post-game TCU podcast where we talk about that a little bit more. The only thing I will say to that, if you want to become a head coach, go to the University of Oklahoma to be an offensive coordinator because it's a clear stepping stone to becoming a head coach. Let's talk. Mark, take us out.
Keep pushing it, baby.
3, 2, 1.
There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.